Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is Tania of Tania Locks and Life. For those who do not know who I am, I'm a licensed clinical social worker and certified health coach, and I make a lot of content on social work on YouTube, and today's content is no different. I will be discussing a job listing, going in the pros and cons, and seeing if it's a job listing that I would personally apply for or not. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's me, Tania. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview of a job. I just wanted to give some insight for people who might be looking for social work jobs from my perspective, things that I would be looking at if I were looking for a job right now. I really do hope that you get something out of something more tangible, something that can really be used in the here and now. And I feel like looking at a job and processing it out on camera can kind of give you some insight if you're looking for a social work job, even if it's not the type of job that I'm looking at, so that you can be more informed on what to look for when you're doing your job search, especially in these pandemic times, okay? So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. A company by the name of Happier Living. They are based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. They are looking for a person who is trying to get into remote work or remote therapy. So I'm gonna click on this. This is the listing on Indeed. They're offering.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Okay, so y'all just saw me zoom in. Okay, y'all just saw me zooming in. And the reason why I did that is because I didn't notice this when I was looking at it on the computer, but I just got done looking at it when I was editing. I'm not trying to raise bait because I'm just looking at everything very critically nowadays with all of the pandering that's going on with different companies. The little icon that they have beside the Indeed listing is of Black people, a Black man and a Black woman, or at least it looks that way. But then as you see, after I get done talking about the actual details in the listing, when I go to the website, you see that the marketing is significantly different from what's noted in that little icon. Okay, so just stay tuned, watch to the end so that you can see what I'm talking about. Just be wary of companies using Black people as the face of their company when that's really not what they're about. I'm not saying that this is the case for this company. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying in general, watch out for companies doing that when it's not really what it is. Always look at any place you work at, especially nowadays, especially if you're a Black clinician or a Black professional, up and coming or whatever. Look at it. Look at them very critically, okay? Look at if they are moving forward and trying to implement more racially informed things of that nature. Because to be honest with you, in these times especially, it's like the tolerance level for companies not being proactively against racism, and the tolerance level for companies pandering to Black people when they really don't care, for me, is just extremely low, damn near non-existent. Okay, so just when you're looking for jobs, be very wary of the marketing of that company, especially if they're more established. Be wary of the marketing and how that is reflected in everything, whether it be the copy on their website, the imagery on the website, all that stuff. Look at it and see if it's congruent across listings on Indeed and other websites and their actual website. That's it. Back to the video. They're offering full-time, part-time, and contract work. They're looking for people to serve local clients as well as nationwide clients. These are the type of clinicians they're looking for: with psychologists, LMFTs, LPCs, LCSWs, LMHCs. And they're looking for them to provide remote telehealth services to people across the country. They're a group practice that focuses on outpatient treatment for high functioning people. So basically what that means in very layman's terms is that they do not see clients who require high level of treatment, meaning severely mentally ill clients. They're probably targeting clients that are needing help for mild to moderate mental health issues, which, you know, to be fair, because it's telehealth, I can understand that. I personally, for my private practice, I don't serve people who have severe mental illness because I just believe that telehealth is more appropriate for people with mild to moderate issues. But whenever I do have an inquiry with a person who has SMI, I do my due diligence to, maybe refer them to an organization that can serve them, serve their needs. So yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. It says that the current team consists of psychiatrists, psychiatric nurses, psychologists, therapists, and nutritionists that provide a blend of the best of academic medicine and holistic approach to care. So basically what they're meaning is they have a bunch of providers that come with different perspectives to give like a more holistic form of care, which really is intriguing to me as a health coach and as a person who has a clinical background in integrative care. I like to see how mental health affects the body and vice versa. So that is attractive. That's a pro. Let me see. In reference to, we're going to skip over all this fluff, y'all. Watch out for jobs with a lot of fluff. Like, what are you really saying? Okay. I'm going to try to find another pro. They have here to say you can learn more about the group by watching this video. If you want, you can pause this and look at the link and put that in for yourself, but we're going to keep it moving. So the requirements are you must be well versed in CBT, which everybody who's into mental health for the most part knows what CBT is. CBT, to put it short, is a form or treatment modality that focuses on restructuring negative thoughts. Usually it's used for mood disorders, and it's brief therapy. Usually it's less than 10 or less sessions, and it's evidence-based. So if you see a company, pushing CBT, it's because it's evidence-based, and if they're state-funded, they're not going to get dinged for using it. A lot of companies push for evidence-based practices, obviously, because they're proven to be effective. So also, generic stuff like healthy work ethic, compassionate, and all that stuff, all the generic stuff. And then be able to effectively work on teams, which is also generic in my opinion. A pro of this is that it's flexible. It says that you can work whenever, wherever. I would get clarity on that. What do you mean? Do you mean that can people access me 24/7? Like, what do you mean by that? Because one thing I know is that when you do work telemental, some companies do allow people to have late night sessions because some people literally cannot do daytime therapy sessions. So it says for support, we provide you with full-time client support with a full-time client support team so you can focus on what matters most, providing care. So this right here, this client support team, it can be good, but it sounds good in theory, but what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, does this mean that I have a support team that is available while I'm seeing clients, that I can, like, if I have an issue, I can just instant chat them and they respond? Like, what does that mean? Also, it says consistency. We keep you busy. Your calendar will get full very quickly without you having to spend any money on marketing. They put that in there because they know a lot of people right now are opening up online private practices, and they know that it is tough trying to get clients. So basically what they're trying to do is get people who are probably interested in online private practice to work for them. And they're comparing, like, okay, well, we see that you're basically doing online private practice. We know how tough it is with getting clients. If you come with us, we already have clients on deck. You won't have to worry about that. Which, I mean, granted, in theory, that sounds good, but at the end of the day, you still have to get clients on your caseload. So look at that with a grain of salt as well, or take that with a grain of salt. This one, develop intimate relationships. We offer a small roster of clients with the goal of building long-term relationships. Now this, I felt like, was a pro, because one thing I struggled with in past jobs is feeling overloaded with clients and feeling like it was more about quantity versus quality of care. So they're putting it out there that we don't expect you to see a whole lot of clients, and we're focusing on the quality of care, which is good. That's really good. Lastly, in this section, it says collaboration. Our clinicians have the opportunity to participate in case conferences, allowing you to leverage the expertise of the group. So what this means is, because everybody's fully licensed, they don't have a clinical supervisor, like a standalone clinical supervisor, or at least somebody in the group that is taking on that position. So they're probably doing Zoom chats. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're probably doing group Zoom chats where they're presenting cases and talking about it amongst themselves. And that's probably what that is. I'm just letting you know. We're going to move on. Right here it says our client support team will handle the nitty gritty, and they take care of all the scheduling, which in my opinion is good. But then again, you know, what if you have issues yourself and need to switch? I don't necessarily like, as a clinician, an independently licensed clinician, I don't necessarily like having to rely on other people for my scheduling. I like to schedule my own clients, but you know, whatever. It says all communication with clients is also done through the client support team. I don't like that either. I don't want to have to go through a third party to communicate with my clients. So that's a con for me. We oversee your client's billing and insurance question. Now that is a pro, because if you have your own practice, whether it's online or not, you know it's a hassle dealing with insurance companies. So that's a pro. Then it also says all outreach and marketing to keep your schedule full are taken care of by us. So basically it just means that you ain't got to go out there and hustle and try to find your own clients, which is obviously understood if I'm working for you. So whatever. Qualifications, I've already mentioned the type of clinicians that they are looking for. Let's move forward. It says here the availability of hours. You can go from as little as 8 hours all the way up to 40 hours. And I'm gonna talk more on this because this is kind of suspect, to be honest with you, but whatever. This is a 1099 position, meaning it's a contract position. Experience, they want 1 year preferred. I don't think this means obviously 1 year in the field. I think this means that 1 year working for a private practice. They prefer all candidates to have that. Obviously a master's degree at minimum. The contract is more than a year. It's fully remote, so that means no in-person clients. And the hours per week, this is kind of like what confused me right here. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Here it says 8 to 40, okay? 8 to 40 hours per week. Here, okay, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, okay? Look, this type of job, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. This type of job is not something you want to try to get 40 hours a week. Like, this is a contract job. You should never be trying to do full-time for contract. If you're going to be doing full-time work, get a full-time job so you can get your benefits. Do not ever, I don't care how good the situation is, take on a contract job and try to push for 30 to 40 clients a week. You are going to be tearing yourself apart, okay? This type of job, for what I would do, I would do part-time only, and I would get clarity on what is the minimal that I need to do, and I would go from there. I would have to talk to somebody because there's discrepancies between the 8 to 40 and here, okay? But just from my experience, I wouldn't do any more than 20 this week doing contract, because anything beyond that, you might as well find you a full-time job with everything that you're going to have to be doing. So that being said, we're going to go to their website. As you can see with the marketing, I'm not being shady here, but you can definitely see the target audience that they're going for. You can take that as you will. Okay. Very clean marketing wise, because I do a lot of research in marketing. I'm having my own business. I have to do that. Marketing wise, very attractive. The layout is very attractive. You can see here they're in network with a lot of insurances: United Health, Optum, Blue Cross, Cigna, Medicare, Aetna, Humana, which is, that's just a few. You can see the full list if you go to their website, but that's good. That's really good. But yeah, you can definitely see who they're marketing towards. Very clean. In reference to telehealth, let's go to the telehealth. I'm thinking that this company also offers in-person, but with everything going on, they're probably pushing telehealth. Licensed professionals, passion defines our team, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. All the generic stuff that comes with letting people know how you're going to practice telehealth. Very, very forward in reference to, like, you know that telehealth is going to be the future of mental health. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? All that being said, pretty marketing, but we're going to click over back to me. All right. Nice marketing. Very nice marketing, very clean layouts on their website. But all that being said, how much y'all trying to pay? Because I don't necessarily like jobs that are not upfront with what they're trying to pay. For me, I would be wary. I would probably apply for this job, but I will be wary on how they come as far as the rates, because it's very important for you to know the average rate for a clinician for your specific license anyway in your city or state, so that you know whether or not a company is lowballing you or not. This company, when it comes to pros and cons, I mean, would I apply for it? I probably would apply for it, but with caution, because I don't like companies that don't give the rate off gate. I don't want to have to go on my Sherlock Holmes tip to find out how much y'all trying to pay. I don't have time for that. So yeah, I say all that to say, if you're looking for a telehealth job or any type of social work job, make sure you know how much you're getting paid off rip in the actual job description. I don't care how pretty the website is. I don't care how much fluff they got in there. I don't care how good it seems. Make sure you know how much they're paying. Make sure you know the expectations. And if you're doing a contract mental health job, don't ever do anything more than like 25, and that's on the high side, because if you're doing 25, then you're pushing full time, and everything that comes with being a therapist, all of the outside work outside of the actual session itself, you might as well be getting benefits. Okay, so yeah, I know this was a little bit of everywhere. I just wanted to put this out here because somebody can use it. Whoever needs to use it, I hope that you get something out of it. And yeah, I might do this in the future, a little bit more organized. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. If you like this, leave it in the comment section. If you don't, then okay. And until the next video, bye-bye.